Right, fingers crossed the chat works properly this time because we had a problem. Now, for anybody who was just on, actually, let's wait a sec. I've just been on TikTok and yeah, it didn't quite go as planned. It was fun because I got to natter with my niece, but I had to be careful. So, unfortunately, it didn't end up being a proper stitch live, but we will have a stitch live on there. Now I know how to work it. Anyway, I'm going to do some stitching. Let me that down a smidge, if it'll let me. Oh. Good afternoon from Canada again. Hello. Thank you for joining me again. Just trying to get my camera situated properly. I will have to put this phone mount on something else because I've still got a bit of wobblage. Right, I'm going to finish this tower. As you can see, I've done a little tiny bit. So we've still got a fair few stitches to do on it. So yeah, thank you for joining me to stitch on this tower. And then I did promise I would be on today. I did give TikTok a go. And it's good. I feel like I'll be able to get on with it, but I do need to get my camera mounted so that it's stable and I can get a bit better of a close-up view. On here, the view seems to be a little bit better. Camera angle looks better. Thank you. So it's D-I-N. So is your name Di or I don't really want to call you Canada or D-I-N. Can you comment what name I can call you and I will remember for future? Again, we're not totally set up for lives at the moment. Deborah Lee. Right, okay. Deborah, that should be easy enough for me to remember because my mum's name is Deborah. No excuses to forget. So yeah, still not quite comfortable with how my stitching is set up for lives, but it's working for now. But we will have a much better live stream going on at some point next year when I get my computer all set up and whatnot. But this will do for now. Slowly walking towards the end, working towards the end of this row. And then I will be continuing the row down from her face. I won't be going all the way to the other side of the project because I can't quite get to it. Let's have a look. So, Ananto Rains, I'm from Bangladesh, scrolling and got you. Where are you from, buddy? So, my name's Alison, aka Royal Stitcher, and I am from the UK. And Deborah, who is also commenting in the comment section, she is from Canada. Right. Just concentrate a second because I nearly went wrong there. So yeah, welcome to my live. Are you a stitcher or has it literally just come up on your live feed videos? I thought you'd check it out. I did notice actually on my contents page on my Facebook, on my YouTube, on my creators page or whatever you want to call it, it did say that there's quite a few people watching quite a bit of my videos, but they're not actually subscribers. So if you are here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It don't cost anything. And if you hit the bell as well, it notifies you when I do go live. So if my content is something that you enjoy, please hit the subscribe button so that I can continue to be chatting with you guys. It's nice to see new viewers, but as I say, there isn't. I have a lot of my returning followers that view, but I have noticed that there's like a blue line, and the blue line is for people that aren't subscribed type thing. So yeah, hit the subscription button. Apologies for the coughing. Right, I feel like I've just totally gone wrong here. 1, 2. It's that one. Stitch that one. Oh, no, that's right. That one. Got that one. Let's get one. That's stitch 3. Deborah, nice to chat. I love to chat. Do you do exclusively full coverage? Pretty much. I do have a mirabilia that I started that I should really get round to completing, but I do mostly do full coverage. I do Hades. So for anybody watching who isn't sure what Hade is, it's Heaven and Earth Designs. Yeah, they do a lot of full coverage cross stitches. What do you stitch, Deborah? Again, I apologise for any background noise. I could potentially be hearing doors slamming. There's a shop downstairs, and you can sometimes hear the door close. Cars going past. You shouldn't hear the cats tonight because, as I said, I was on TikTok just before I've gone live here, and the cats were wide awake, running about. So they are fast asleep now. So TikTok had the menacing cats. Shouldn't have to deal with them on here. As much as I enjoyed the TikTok, because I got to chat with my niece, I'm not too sure how often I will do TikToks, because it's not quite as interactive as here. Well, it is, but because it's, I don't know, maybe a bigger platform for lives, it kept saying like people that have joined and all that, but as you're scrolling through live feeds on TikTok, it will say that they've joined, but doesn't necessarily say if they've hung about. So whereas here, someone joins my live and comments and chats, they are here for a little while. So I feel like YouTube's going to be a lot easier for me. Occasionally I might go on TikTok. I think TikTok's going to be if I don't really want to chat and I do just want to stitch, I'll potentially play a little bit of soft music in the background or something. But I've got to be careful what songs I play, because I put the bar song on, and the bar song had alcohol and things like that being sung about, and I got a live restriction because of that. So yeah, I think I'm going to struggle to keep up with that one. Whereas on here, I obviously just natter away. What we got? I have 2 full coverage, but like medium to smalls generally. Yeah, I used to do medium and smalls, but Um, I've got a little bit carried away with these big full coverage ones. I will get one finished eventually, especially now I have my own space and can stitch whenever I like. I do stitch most days now, apart from when I go and stop with Oliver. I always manage to get an hour or two in a day anyway. Finally went to the doctors today about my cough. They've sent me referrals for having bloods and an X-ray done, just because I've had the cough for a while. I think it's just precautionary. I just wanted some antibiotics, to be honest, but mm, they didn't prescribe any this time. I've got to go back next week after I've had the bloods and X-ray done, and then they'll potentially sort me out with some antibiotics. To be fair, these towers should get stitched a little bit quicker because there's only a couple of colours in them. We might be able to do another one after this. See how we go for time. What size fabric are you working on right now? So this one's 25 count. It's a Zweigart, I think it's called. It's the Easy Guide. It's my go-to. Oh. When I first started stitching on 25 count, it was very daunting because I used to stitch on 11 count Ada. So obviously 11 count Ada is a lot bigger. Like the holes, gaps between the holes for doing the cross. So yeah, when I first did my, it was a library one. What's it called? It was an Amy Stewart piece that I did. Oh no, that don't go there. Yeah, it was an Amy. Does it? Amy Stewart piece. Once upon a time, in a fairy tale field, there was a library filled with books or something like that, along them lines. And yeah, it was 25 count. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, how am I meant to stitch on that? But now, yeah, it is massively my go-to. If you yell, I will donate money. Why do you want me to yell? What am I yelling? Can you not hear me? Oh dear, that's funny. Who are you anyway? Yeah, I'm not saying that name out loud. Oh god. I had some funny people on TikTok as well, to be fair. That's another reason why I probably won't do a lot of TikToks, because you don't know who's who and who's joining, and yeah. So I feel like it'll take a lot. I'd need a fair few moderators just to dwindle out the time wasters and donuts. I yell. Oh dear. Deborah, is that over one or two? It's over one. One over one full cross. On my YouTube page, there are some other Stitch With Me's where I'm stitching on Deep Blue Sea by John Enright, which is another Haid, another full coverage as well. That one's one over one, but I'm doing that one 10th stitch. This one is full cross. Just 317. Love that. Thank you, Deborah. Much appreciated. I'm assuming my chat's working, seeing as I'm having a right little natter here with you, Deborah. if Jojo happens to join us. I have activated the guest bit, so I could potentially get her to join us. We'll see. I'll play around with that later if she joins. For those of you that don't know, Jojo is Cats and Cross Stitch. She's a fellow cross stitch friend that I met through Zoom Stitchy Friends. What's going on with these? Let's get away. I will check my spare phone in a moment just to make sure we are getting all of the chat. Like I said on my previous live, and is it Monday? I don't like to ignore. It bugs me when I comment and feel like I'm being ignored, so I am going to check that in a second. So, since Monday, not much has happened really. Not much to update on. Same old, same old. Stitching, puzzling, watching TV, entertaining the cats, or the cats entertaining me, whichever way you would like to look at it. Yeah, pretty chill week. Seen my niece and her babies on Tuesday, and my mum. Played darts Tuesday night. Team won 16-6. I lost 2 of my games, 1-2. Bit of sad news this week. One of my old school friends died. Very fond memories of him. One of my first boyfriend's brother even. Yeah, super sad. And then yesterday, what did I do yesterday? I just chilled around my boyfriend's house. Did a little. The lovely Sylvia from Iceland gifted me with a voucher for Diamond Art Club last year sometime, and I purchased Randall Spangler diamond painting, the graduation one, or diploma. No, graduation. So I got that all kitted up and ready. I started it. I only put about, I don't know, 20 diamonds in, but I've got that all set up at my partner's house. So when I'm round there, I can do a little bit of a hobby. All right, let's have a look. YouTube. Yeah. There's a channel live. Back on. Let's have a look. Let's make sure we've got all the comments coming up. Believe so. Hi, Sean. I can watch while doing Christmas stuff. A little wrapping, got the tree up. Lovely. I don't want to chat. I want to see. Why don't let me see? The cats are loving it. Yeah, how's your tree holding up with the cats? I can't really tell who at live chat. Anyway, the chat's working. Now I need to do these little switches first. 413. Cats are loving it. I wire it to the window trim. Cool. Yeah, I had a suggestion of putting. I don't know if you've seen these funny videos where people put like the little Christmas trees on the ceiling. Yeah, that's all well and good, but my Tigger, he would soon jump up and still be able to get it. So I'm just not bothering with decorations. If I had kids, it'd be a different story, obviously, but I have my cats. I don't need to decorate. Just more cleaning to do in the new year. I'm not even anywhere near prepared for Christmas. But with everything that's gone on this year, I feel like my family will understand. Well, I hope they will. Obviously, my mum and my stepdad's done quite a bit for me, so I'll make sure I get them a little something for Christmas. And then my sister and her husband and her youngest child, because I'll be having Christmas dinner with them. And then my partner, but that's it. I won't be bothering with presents all over the place this year. I'm a little bit skint after having to fork out money for a flat. Whereas next year I should be a little bit more prepared. Deborah, I always work left to right, but do you go back from the other way? Right, so because of the camera angle, I like to be able to see the chat. I am actually working left to right. It just looks like I'm working right to left by the camera angle. But I do literally just go left to right. And then when I reach the end here, which is the right end, it just looks like it's the left end on this camera angle. It is my right. When I finish this tower down here, oh, hang on, I can't quite see my hand. So yeah, this is my right hand side. When this bit's done, I will go back to the left. I won't stitch backwards. I'll start again from the left, if that makes sense. Got it. Thanks. Lovely. I'm glad I made sense at some point there. Right, now did I get that bit of thread? What have I done with it if I did? 3768. No, I didn't. Sean, it's not a big one, not real, but they have climbed it and knocked it over, so I'll wire it to the window frame. Cool. Yeah, I can imagine. I feel like if I was to put one up, it would last all of 5 seconds. Oliver bought me some flowers a couple of weeks ago. They've had to be put in the hallway because they were trying to eat them. So yeah, if they're like that with flowers, I can only imagine what they're going to be like with a tree. They're very good with my cross stitch though. I leave my cross stitch out now and they don't mess with it. I think they've been told enough times they know to leave it now. Whereas I would never leave a puzzle out. Because I did move my bed earlier, just moved it away from the window a little bit. And lo and behold, I found a puzzle piece. So yeah, I would not leave a puzzle out. Cross stitch, yes. Puzzles, no. Diamond painting, no. Although at the bungalow, when I lived at the bungalow, I had a storage thing. It's like a wooden rack that held the trays. And they were pretty good with that. So we'll see. I won't be able to leave colouring out or like that because Tigger is obsessed with pens. Can't help himself. They do play with my bobbies if I leave them on the table. If I leave them on my cross stitch, not, like when not ravelled, not used, if they're just literally resting on the little shelf type thing of my cross stitch. They don't mess with it, but if I leave it on the table, they play with them. But yeah, they are fairly good with my cross stitch stuff. Which is a bonus when you've got 3 cats, because it'd be a nightmare to have to keep putting it away. At least I can leave it sat there and just pull it towards me whenever I feel like stitching. Now the rest of this tower is this colour, 3768. So I feel like we're going to whiz through the rest of this. Apologies for the coughing. I feel like the gifting process on TikTok's a lot easier. Obviously, you get super chat and things like that on here, but I don't think I've ever had a super chat sent me. Whereas on TikTok, it's all a lot cheaper. It's only like a penny or something. So, potential earnings wise, if I really want to ramp up the earning side of things while I'm stitching, I feel like TikTok is my best bet. I don't really want to go down the route of memberships because, yeah, I like sharing my content with you guys. I feel like it'd spoil it if I turn on memberships for the sake of, I don't know, badges or something daft. What do you guys think? I'm sat here stitching anyway. Only makes sense to just hit the go live button on my YouTube. Especially when it's like this. If it was all set up through my computer, it'd be different because there'd be all special effects and things like that. But when it's like this, I don't feel there's a need to have that added membership thing going on. Hi, Lane. I'm good. How are you? Again, if you're in the chat, if you're watching, hit the subscribe button. Notice that there's a lot of viewers watching the videos that aren't actually subscribed. It's not a problem. You don't have to. It doesn't cost anything to hit the subscribe button. You know, the membership thing is a totally separate thing, which I haven't got set up. So, yeah, hit that subscription button and the bell, and you'll get notified every time I do go live. It's nice to see that I have returning viewers. I love my followers. I appreciate every single one of you. Now I disappeared for a little while, but I am back and plan to stay back. Try and get at least 1 or 2 done a week. Mondays and Thursdays are my likely live days. Tuesdays I play darts and I'm at my mum's. Wednesdays I tend to spend with my partner. Thursday's free, so That's when I'll be doing lives. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Obviously, it's a weekend, so if I'm available, I'll go live. If I'm not, it's a weekend, so probably watching some rubbish on telly. So yeah, Mondays and Thursdays. Times may vary. It will probably be evenings because I feel like the noise traffic will be a little bit less than what it could potentially be if I was to go any earlier. So yeah, it'll be my late evening, but I do go live on those days. Always between, I don't know, 7 and midnight, say, depending on how many viewers and chatters we get. It will depend on how long we stay. I'm not going to schedule any lives. I am just going to jump on as and when I'm free because I don't want to be disappointing people if I have to set it back an hour and things like that. So, yeah, hit the notification bell and you'll get notified when I do spare of the moment go on. Anyway, enough waffling about all that. How are we all? I'm good, I'm good, thanks. Just looking at Mother of Dragons chart here. I'm already subscribed. Cool, Elaine. Kelly's Quilts and Cruises. Hi, Stitchers. Greetings from British Columbia, Canada. I live near Vancouver. Yes, we have another. We have Deborah, who's from Canada. Hi, all. Good here, but snowy. Kelly's Quilts and Cruises. I got back into cross stitch the past summer after getting talked into Stitch the Summer Olympics. Cool. I'm outside of Toronto, Ontario. Hello, Di. Nice to meet you. You too. Before I started quilting in 2015, I did only cross stitch for the 20 years before that. So yeah, you're not a novice. I used to be a needle pointer, but supplies were hard to find, so switched and like cross stitch better. Cool. There you go then, you too. Always nice to connect with stitchers that are relatively close. I mean, if Canada's anything like UK, you're probably miles apart, but still. Oh, chest pains, not good. My health is shocking today. I'm starting this colour from the bottom because it can be used in the East Tower. And there's only a few stitches in the East Tower and no stitches in the dungeon, so I'd rather carry it across than underneath this one. Because there's only about 7 or 8 stitches to the right where it's needed. So I can do those stitches, then park it back over here after. Last stitch of this tower. I'm going to park it here In fact, we can just carry on. I think 1, 2, 3, 5. Mm, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will just park it there for now because I haven't decided if I'm going to carry on or if I'm going to do another tower. Because my chest is playing me up a little bit. Let's get rid of these. I won't cut those ones, I don't think. I only have 2 threads in this tower. 2 threads, 3 colours. So we could potentially do another tower. There are sometimes you need to vary where you park depending on the circumstances. Yeah, with my Royal Rose, I normally park in the dungeon. But like you say, the Royal Rose, it is just like a little blueprint to make it a bit simpler. But as you get used to the Royal Rose, you do find out the little tweaks of, as I say, there's only a few stitches in this tower here, so you might as well carry it over, finish those, and then go back and park it in the dungeon. Yeah, 37 minutes. A little bit took, so take these glasses off. Let me have a drink and see how we feel as to whether I'm going to do another one. Trixie, you're in the way, girl. No? Come on now. No. You cutie. Cutie. You're not playing my glasses though? Thank you. Old threads. Come on, you make me look like a liar. I said you don't mess with my cross stitch stuff. Girl. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do another tower, guys. I'm really sorry. My chest is hurting a little bit. I feel like I need to stop for a little wee while. But we made it. And we will be back on again. I might jump on again tomorrow night for an hour. I hope I feel better soon. Lots of sickness here this winter. Yeah. Yeah, same over here, to be fair. Always glad I found you alive. See you around. See you around, Kels. I say, if you're not a subscriber, feel free to hit the subscription button because I will be going live a lot more regularly. And like I say, I have got a bit of a cough. I've had this cough for months now and it's driving me a little bit crazy. Isn't it, girl? Girl. Oh, kitties. Yep. Girls, Quilts and Cruises. I subscribed a while ago. Bless you. Good, good. Yeah, this is Trixie. This is Mummy Cat. Your mummy, yeah. Mummy to the other kitties. Finally getting some fuss in here because the other two are asleep. The other two overpower, so she doesn't get all that much fuss. They get jealous, don't they? Won't be long before one of them comes over and moves you out of the way. And Deborah helps us grow when I go. Bless you. Oh, here she comes. Told you, won't be long. This was fun. I look forward to more. Yeah, like I say, I'm going to try and do at least two. At least two a week. Bye, Deborah. What would you say, Trix? Shall we skedaddle and chill? Right, thank you for joining me, guys. I would say short and sweet, but it was still 41 minutes. Yeah, and I'll see you all again soon. Very soon. Thank you for joining me again. Love you all. Not as much as Cross Stitch. Or the cats.